Pinball FX3, we've got 3 new tables in the Williams Pinball Collection. We've got Tales of the Arabian Nights, we've got Good Gophers, and finally Circus Voltaire. This is the first of the fifth main pack, so I hope you've enjoyed the looks of the tables that I've done, and I'm going to continue to do so, and we've got this latest one. So Tales of the Arabian Nights, a very interesting one. It's essentially kind of Aladdin, but the original sort of version where that context actually comes from. We got the genie, we got this sleek style, and there's just kind of details that pop in. So if you're familiar with these videos, I'm not particularly great at pinball, as I continue to be told. I just kind of show them off so you get an idea of what the tables are like. If you're not aware, with the Williams collection within the Pinball FX titles, you can actually switch between the new kind of updated version of the game that features some lighting tweaks and animations, and the original classic spot just by simply clicking a button, and it becomes like an old school version of it. So we're going to show off a little bit of that and a little bit of the new version as well, so you get an idea what the differences are like depending on what mode you want to play as, because I know there are some more hobbyist people out there that like to have, you know, an exact old school replicate style. Yeah, so kind of a neat map. I think in general this is a very odd pack for me. Like, the tables don't necessarily carry a similar theme between them, and they're just like a very odd selection. Now, I've very much enjoyed, you know, the titles that they've done for the Williams thus far. I'm not saying these are at all bad titles, I'm just saying they're not really my jam in comparison to the others. I still think they're very well crafted. They're just interesting choices. I like this table. It's kind of weird. I like the layout. I like the lanes on the side. Cool little genie, the animated snake, the floating carpet. It's really neat for a pinball table. And then we got like this big sort of really open bottom area, which I think is kind of interesting. At the same time, a little bit of a weird table. I don't know what it is about it, where I'm kind of like, so it's okay, you know. Oh, not working. Great. I think we'll have to give this one another whirl. So we're giving it another spin here so you can see a little bit more of it in action. And yeah, I really like the animation on this stuff. And in general, they've done a really good job with the Williams tables in regards to adding animation elements to them. You know, just making them a little bit more lively. And I think the touches have been subtle, but just, you know, keeping them up to brand with what Pinball FX does. It's kind of like an increased maturity, to be honest, just in regards to, like, comparison to what they usually make table-wise when they've begun doing these Williams tables. Just because they are a lot more of, like, realistic things. Oh, and the lightning thing on the... That is so cool looking. Right? Like, that was a really cool animation with the lamp and the lightning and all that. I don't know, I thought that was really neat. So we'll give it one more ball spin here, and then we're going to switch over to the next table, because I want to show off, you know, a little bit of each of them, just so you get an idea of what they look like, how they play, the lighting, what the sort of missions are, and everything like that. So let's jump on to the next table. So this is Good Gophers, and I'm not really a fan of this table at all. It's kind of zany and strange. I think it was kind of based on Caddyshack. I have no proof of that at all, but I'm just kind of guessing. Bud and Buzz, Two Cheeky Gofers. I really love the context they give you, like the historical teachings before you can actually, well, not locking you out of playing, but they play before you can jump on the table. You can also skip them if you want, as I show in a sec here, but I do find them nice and fascinating, just to kind of give you a little bit of context in regards to what the tables are, because I'm younger. I've never experienced this type of pinball in real life, so it's cool to get this like weird style, and then they kind of show the table off all majestically. They do a good job on this one. I will note just like a glaring thing between this new version and like the classic one is the animation stuff. So it actually opens up the table a bit more, just viewing wise, if you get rid of the golfer guy. although his animations are kind of fun and they add a little bit of charm to this one. But this is just like one of the weirdest tables I've ever seen. I don't know quite how to describe it. Just like the weird lanes at the top, and then it's just like this weird mismatch sort of thing, and it just, I don't know, aesthetically it drives me nuts. I don't like this table. And again, I'm not entirely sure why that is, but there's something about it that's strange. Maybe there's not a whole lot to it, because the top of it really is kind of, you know, almost cut off, if that makes sense. And it's so bizarre. Yeah, like, I get that there's supposed to be lanes and there's all these dynamics to it. It's just really weird, you know, in my opinion, the setup of this particular table. Like, yeah, it's a strange one. And you got the guy doing this little animation things, which is fun, but you might want to actually not have the animation on for this one. Oh, and then you get the plaything there for the ball. That's kind of interesting. We'll have to do another run because that was a pretty pitiful effort.
Single player results.
So we're back for another round here of this, obviously, because we need to show off more of the table so you get an understanding what this is actually like. Wow, it just kind of like really goes down the middle in this one. And yes, I know you can kind of shake people. I just don't really do that because, I don't know, I'm not that intense about it. Anyways, spinning wheels, weird golfing things going on in this. Lots of flippers where stuff kind of randomly goes flying across the table, which is weird. Just super odd. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm sure some people really like this table, I'm guessing, because it is sort of zany and strange, but doesn't quite do it for me. I don't know. Might even be my least favorite of the Williams tables they've done thus far that I've played. I did miss one pack, sadly. Yeah. I can't believe there's already been like 5 main packs. And the Universal Monsters one was super cool. If you didn't see that one, you should check it out, because I thought that was really well done and really interesting. Ooh, I've got more score going on. Awesome. This guy's throwing his club around, going nuts. Well, that's not very gentlemanlike. He's probably frustrated because of the Gofers that got some problems. I do like the little ball animation kind of flipping around the table. That's a fun little touch in this one. Okay, come on, let's get the... Oh, we get to see if we get to play a free game or not again, which we probably will not. But I think at that point it's a good time we switched over to the last map in this pack. So I believe this is my favorite of the pack. I feel that's the case. There's something about this table that's truly bizarre and weird, and I like the neon green kind of light, and it's a sort of over-the-top circus type thing, and it's got weird sounds and charms and tings to it that help make this one feel a little bit more special in comparison to the other ones. It just stands out as a cooler table, and I'm trying to get like the theme that ties these particular 3 tables together. Is it because it's part of, I guess the note is the Bally pinball tables? So, Williams and Bally tables, I'm really not sure the context there. I know the Williams is the particular brand, but I haven't heard of Bally. Apologies. But yeah, I'm just trying to get like the context of these ones. Is it because they're kind of like magic themed? They're weird magic fantasy themed? I mean, the Gopher one isn't. Are they supposed to all be comedic? I don't think so. But this one's got cool little like stand-up things, and again though, it has like an animation guy that kind of is really overlapping part of the table. I like to have as clear of an access as I can for whatever reason. Like, I don't think they distract too much, but they're definitely, you know, things that are there for you to see, kind of, again, having the animation guy up there and then moving them down. I also noticed that these tables in general, this package, doesn't necessarily tweak the actual lighting and design of the tables as much as some of the other Williams have been, which is fine. I don't really care about that aspect as much, but it's worth noting in case you haven't noticed that the changes are less present. But yeah, I also like the flow of this table a little bit better. It's got that weird ball that I find so strange to see out there. Yeah, okay, cool, man. And then the upper area is kind of neat because it's one spot that is, you know, very open. And then we've also got these lanes that kind of wrap around. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that was bad. Yeah. Okay, keep it going. And then you got the side lanes, and it's just... yeah, it's a weird looking table. And then I guess you can actually, like, knock out the Grandmaster guy. I think I did that last time I was playing this. So that was really weird. Yeah, I seen the ball up there, and he's doing his animation thingy. That's like lifted now. It's interesting. You know, like it's just like a very weird kind of table. I think in general, this isn't my favorite of the Williams tables that they've released thus far, and they've released a lot of table packs. I mean, this is the 5th main one, right? So I'm not a huge fan of these particular ones. I'm sure some people might really like them. Not something I'm gonna focus on a lot if I'm coming here and playing the pinball casually. I mean, there's a lot of other tables. So, I mean, I hope you kind of like the look of the tables of what I've presented them as, and you get an idea of how they play. And yeah, that's the 5th kind of pack here. It's just the general gist of what it is.
You have leveled up single player results.
You know, you are getting the Tales of the Arabian Nights, the Circus Voltaire that we're playing now, and No Good Gophers, which I guess is kind of like a sort of joke or play on golfers and gophers at the same time, just with how they've spelt it. Oh, I love when that green line that lights up there. That's so cool to me, like seeing that kind of color flash float on. Yeah, that's really neat. So yeah, I hope you like look at this and ooh, layout and everything like that, because I enjoyed checking out the tables occasionally.